What up, guys? Today I'm going to do what if Naruto had the Demogan and the Anogan. So last time we left off, Sasuke was on the floor. And Naruto tells him he wants his rightful place as the king. And so Naruto basically kind of he last time I didn't mention this, but each family has their own special ability. Like in Black Clover, each family has their own mana or nature or magic type. It's confusing. So so Naruto doesn't know. It's impossible for you to know unless you have direct direct. If you don't know your family, it's impossible. So Naruto does makes a big decision, and he says he hopes the angel clans has their kindness and their generosity enough to kind of let me in. So Naruto disguises himself as a merchant with his clone jutsu, and he sneaks into the office. By the way, Minato taught him the clone jutsu, and he sneaks into the office, into like the king's like palace room, and he goes and he undisguises himself, and he says, and the king says, "Guards!" And Naruto says, calm down, I just want to talk." And the king says, "I don't want to talk with somebody like you." And Naruto says, oh, um, "I'm your grandson. Just hear me out for a few seconds. What's your special ability?" And the grandfather says, "Guards, leave him alone." And he tells him, "Even though I hate you, the angel clan has a special motto to forgive." And the king says, "Even though that motto, I'll just tell you, and you have to promise never to come back." And Naruto says, "I promise," with his fingers crossed. And the king says that we can permanently steal chakra. And he says, let's say somebody has 102 of percent of their chakra pool. We can take 2% of that, and it's impossible for them to get it back unless they're trained. And Naruto says that's like a really strong ability. No wonder you guys are so up there. And the king throws him a scroll for the hand signs. And he also tells Naruto that there's an extra hand sign for a special string which we control with our chakra. And whatever if you touch the person with this string, you can absorb their steel or absorb their chakra. And also, an advanced version of that string is where you bend light off of that string, making it completely invisible. So Naruto says thanks. And Naruto says, by the way, Naruto's thinking, okay, for the hierarchy system, I'm pretty sure I'm about sixth place in line, technically. So if I challenge, so I have to challenge them in order. So the person in front of me, I have to beat them, then the next person, then the next person. Naruto said, "Damn it, I wish I can just fight the king off the bat." But he says, "Alas, rules." And he says, if I ever want to beat the king, uh, I have to. Sorry for the. I have to clear my throat. Sorry. I guess I have to learn my devil side, my demon side, because the Light Tails taught him everything about the Angel Clan and all that. About abilities, so he knows a decent amount. That's the person even told him about the special ability thing. And he says that I don't think the demons will be so kind. And so he disguises himself as a demon. He turns his one eye black, both of them, and his hair black, and he walks in the clan gates. They look at him and he says, "Okay." The guards let him in. He sees him. He looks exactly like a clan member, and the guard says, "Wait, activate your Demogan just in case you're a spy." And Naruto says, "Okay," and he activates his Demogan, and he makes an illusion. The guard feels his wings, and he says, "Good to go." He feels both of them, and he says, "Good to go," because it's a genjutsu. Because it feels practically the same. I don't think there will be a feeling difference. And he gets in, and he hammers down a sign, basic teachings of the Demogan, because Naruto just learned how to um absorb it into your eye and double it. And says Naruto hammers it down. And a few days later, a girl calls, and it's by the way, Naruto's paying with this with his food money, because in the real world, ramen is like $1, so he pays off his thing with a food with his food money, because I imagine the third Hokage give him a, I mean, is it third or fourth? The third Hokage will give him a decent amount, so he gets there and he hammers it down. And then a girl comes in. Her name is Sasu, about the same age as Naruto, and she says, why don't you just get your parents to teach you? And Naruto says a half truth, and my parents died in the war. And she said, oh. So Sasu and Naruto quickly become friends. Sasu's from the Devil Clan, just to make it obvious. Oh yeah, I forgot to shout out Nexus Sanin and Eternal Darkness. Nexus Sanin will be linked in the description. He's the one who gave me the idea for Sasu. So Naruto he quickly becomes friends, and Naruto is actually pretty good looking, and Sasu takes a kind of a liking to Naruto, and there should be a poll on this video saying who should I make Naruto marry, because this I promise myself I'm gonna see this series all the way to Baruto. So tell me in the there's gonna be a poll, so vote not Sasu or Hinata. And Naruto learns the basics of the devil. He learns a few abilities that I'll show you in like a few minutes. And yeah. So Naruto so basically I if you guys weren't listening, the hierarchy system is like this. So let's say you're 10th in line. So basically, you have to beat the ninth, then the eighth, then the seventh, then the sixth, then the seventh, then the fifth, then the fourth, then the third, then the second, then the first. So if you're like 20th line, it goes like that. So Naruto's about in sixth in flying, without the devil thing. So yeah. So Naruto, he he learns the devil abilities. It takes about 2 months. So the bell test. So Naruto gets in the same teams as Hinata and what's his name? Kiba, yeah, Hinata and Kiba. Because Sasuke is the second strongest student, first by Naruto. So I'll be surprised if they get into the same team. I know a lot of people just say blah 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 the third Hokage. I do that a lot, so that the third Hokage wants to make a killer team. That's what I usually do, but in this time it's gonna be different. So the bell test goes like this. So Naruto tells Hinata to activate her wing. She activates it. And Kakashi already explained everything about the bell test. And yeah, they said their vows. It's the same in the original. So he tells them to he tells Hinata to activate her wings and thrust into like thrust into Kakashi, and he says, "Okay, when and I'll give you the signal to do it." And he tells Kiba to rush him to make it, and Naruto says 3, 2, 1, go. And Naruto throws the kunai, and they all do it. And Naruto rushes him as he throws the kunai, and Kakashi dodges all of these. And then Naruto says we win, and he breaks the bells into he throws one to Hinata, and um he says, sorry, Kiba, not personal. I just don't know you that well. So Kiba says, no biggie. And he sighs, kind of, sadly sighs. And Kakashi's surprised. He don't know Naruto didn't touch him, and he doesn't know how. So let me explain to you how Naruto did it. Naruto bend the string, and he bended the light off of it, making it invisible, controlling it with his chakra. That's how he grabbed the bells. So yeah. So Kakashi's like pretty surprised, and he's kinda thinking Naruto is kind of a prodigy. And Naruto says Naruto says, "Are you really gonna send back Kiba? I feel like he deserves to stay." And Kakashi says, "I wasn't actually gonna do it." And that's where I'm gonna leave it off. You know what? I'll make it a little bit bigger. So you know what? Never mind. I'm gonna finish the video. So subscribe to Nexus Sonnen and Eternal Darkness. Nexus Sonnen channel will be linked in the description.